Welcome to the Unique You Story Time. Each month, the Charlotte District Christian Education Children's Department will share stories, folk tales, and fables about what makes you special. God gave each of us talents and gifts that makes us special or unique, like a fingerprint. No one has the same fingerprint. This makes you unique. This month's story is an African-American folktale about the characteristics and talents a turtle used to overcome trouble, hardship, or a big new word, adversity. The story is The Clever Turtle. There was a farmer who got up one morning and went out to the field to check for his corn. Corn is what he planted and raised and took to market to raise money to take care of himself and his family. Well, this particular day when he went out to check on his corn, the cornfield had been destroyed. Corn stalks were broken, corn stalks were laying down. In some cases, there was no corn on the stalks at all. He didn't know what had destroyed his field. And as he looked around to see what had happened to his cornfield, he saw out in the middle a great big giant turtle laying lazily in the sun sleeping. Well, he knew immediately what had happened to his cornfield. This turtle had destroyed it. So he grabbed up the turtle and dragged him into the village and put him down and called all the people of the village out and said, "This turtle has destroyed my cornfield. What should I do with it?" Well, the people shouted, "Punish it, punish it." Well, the farmer said, "How should I punish it?" Well, they thought about it, and they said, "Cook him in a turtle stew." And the turtle raised his head up and said, "That's exactly what to do. I'll make a delicious turtle stew. But please, please, please don't throw me in the river." Well, the farmer thought, this turtle is not afraid of fire, so I don't need to cook him in a stew. What else could we do to punish him? Well, the people thought about it, and they said, "Tie him to a tree." And the farmer thought, and he said, "Do anything you want with me." The turtle said to the farmer, "Do anything you want with me. Tie me to the tallest tree. But please, 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 please don't throw me in the river." Well, the farmer thought, this turtle is not afraid of fire, so I can't cook him in a stew. This turtle is not afraid of rope, so I can't tie him to a tree. He said, what can we do to punish this turtle for destroying my crop of corn? Well, the people thought about it, and someone shouted, "Put him in a hole in the ground." And the farmer thought, this may be a good idea. Well, the turtle raised his head again and said, "What is all this fuss about? Dig the hole deep so I can't climb out. But please, please, please don't throw me in the river." Well, the farmer thought, he said this turtle is not afraid of fire, so I cannot cook him for stew. He is not afraid of rope, so I cannot tie him to a tree. He is not afraid of earth, so I can't dig him a hole to put him in. He said, what can I do to punish this turtle for ruining my crop of corn? Well, the people thought, and they thought, and they thought. And someone shouted, "Throw him in the river. He keeps saying, please don't throw him in the river, so he must be afraid of water. So let's throw him in the river." Well, everyone agreed that that was what they should do. And they grabbed the turtle and they carried him down to the riverbank. And they set him down and they looked out, surveyed the water, and then they decided they lifted him up and they threw him as far out as they could. and he landed in the middle of the river, went down to the bottom. Boom. Well, they thought that was the end of the turtle as they stood there and looked at the calm river flowing by. But then suddenly, the water started to whirl, the water started to swirl, the water started to spit up, and up popped the turtle on top of the water. And he looked at them and he said, born and bred in a riverbed, born and bred in a riverbed. He said, you can't catch me. And he swam off down the river. And the people stood there and watched him, and they said, this turtle has tricked us. This turtle is clever. This turtle has used his wits to get himself out of trouble. And that was the end of them seeing that turtle as he swam away to take care of things another day. And that's the story of the clever turtle. Now, the turtle used his wits. He may not have done the right thing, but he used his intelligence to listen and figure out what the people wanted and what he didn't want. And that was a talent that he used. You are given gifts and talents to use. Your gifts and talents are your fingerprint that you need or to leave on life every day. So as we close at the end of this story, remember a quote that was spoken by a Christian educator, Roxanne Mann, who said, God gave you a fingerprint that no one else has, so you can leave an imprint that no one else can. Have a good day.